Glow Live. Hey, y'all! Welcome to a special edition of What's Glowing On. Y'all, we had to do it, and I said I had to really. The best thing to me was kicking off this opportunity to really get into this discussion with the first person who kicked off having my glow up Wednesday. She was the first guest I ever had on the Glow Up Wednesday, Miss Keisha Green. We vibe so much. I don't know. I think it's the Philly in us. But it could be. It probably is because I was already. I'm serious. When everything dropped, when everything broke off with our went up with Jaguar over the weekend, I was already like, what, I'm gonna see what Keisha talking about, what she got to say about this, and then true, this happened, and I was like,
it's a lot of layers to unpack. And unfortunately, we got to call out some of our family members. We got to call out some of our elders. And we got to call out the community because we've let fuck shit slide for too long. And we pick and choose what energy to give what to. Like, it's so many layers to unpack.
Too long we've let it happen. And we have not addressed, and we just literally have said, oh well, oh wow. The life of King Wage. Greetings. Thank you. And I love that we have a male here. And also the life of King Wage, for being our first person into the glow room. You are entitled to a little bit of glow up to your account, brother. Okay, so make sure you send over your Zelle information. I don't have Cash App, but make sure you send over your Zelle information so we can make sure we glow you up a little bit. Big shout outs to you being here. Thank you so much for coming through. And I really love that it's King Wage too, because we met about almost a month ago. We were on a chat. A live stream about polygamy. Not polyandry, polygamy. And the King says hello to you too, Keisha. Let me put that under. Hello. So we in here today because you know what? We have to touch on it. We have to touch on it because I love that we're in here, and when we were on the polygamy stream.
Okay.
Sis, it was a lot of people coming in there talking about what does this, and this, but these same females, come on, sis, Keish, they talking about how they want to be treated as this, and this. Now the song is out. Oh, they love it. Oh, they still queens. You saw Suki talking about some we as queens. Suki honest talking about some we as queens. Talking like this, I want to read some of these lyrics if y'all don't mind. We're gonna get into these lyrics real quick. We're gonna get into some of these lyrics real quick. So if you have children, please know that this is not me. This is what your Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are saying to the kid, to their whoever hears them, to ears that can hear. Okay, I'm not going to say it's just for kids. I'm not going to say it's for adults. It's to all. To ears that can hear. This is how they're talking. All right. So first of all, they tell you there's some whores in this house. Sis, they ain't talking about there's some queens. Okay, this ain't no Janelle Monáe and Lauryn Hill collab. Okay,
I don't know about that song. Nothing.
Okay, there's some whores in this house. 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 I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy make that pull out game weak. Woo. Yeah. You fucking with some wet ass pussy, Cardi B says. Retardy B, I call her actually. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Wipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. It's wet, come take a dive.
You sure that's a song and not the scene from a porn movie?
Isn't it?
That sounds like long gone silver. Now, wait a minute. She might not have came up with that on her own.
I'm sure she did. You know, she has ghostwriters. You know, she has
ghostwriters. That sounds familiar.
We know this, and that's exactly what it sounds like. And you know, I was always wondering, because you know, I've been on my solo glow up for a few years now. But literally the first guy that I was with out after I got my divorce, he was into that spit stuff, and I was just like, wait, what? What is that? What is that? That's just nasty. I don't want you spitting nowhere on me. Exactly. Oh, listen to these comments. Y'all better stop playing with me today. Sis said, girl, you read it like it's a Dr. Seuss book. Sorry. That's education in me. Sorry. That's y'all know I taught at Girls High. Don't get it twisted now. I taught at Girls High. So that's the teacher in me. I'm gonna read it like that. And Bremo said, isn't this a porno? She said that. Isn't it a porno? Yes. I think that Keisha's right. It is.
That's a song, though. Y'all sure that's not a porno? That sounds like 70s porn. I'm sorry. That sounds familiar.
These are the lyrics, and it's so disturbing. Like I said, what's so disturbing about this? I'm gonna give what my take on it, and then of course, you know, Keisha, I'm gonna let you just go in and let have. But I'm gonna give my top 3 reasons why this is so destructive right now. This is so just anti what we trying to do as a people. The very first reason is, for the first time in my life. Now I know when we're, of course, with being from Philly, we know about, you know, the move being bombed. We know about Abu Jamal. The first time in my lifetime, black people on a international level.
Smoke. I just remember the smoke and hearing them fire alarms. And I never forgot that. Hey, Cinnamon C. And I never forgot that. Because I always had the mentality, somebody should have went to jail for that.
Somebody went
to jail for that. All them men, women, and children that died that day. I remember that because I couldn't sleep for a week because I lived up that way.
Come on, Keith.
By Osage Avenue. When that first happened, and then on top of that, let's talk about Frank Rizzo. Now, I want to say to Philadelphia, thank you for getting rid of that ugly ass goddamn statue of Frank Rizzo. But it's a lot of, I'm gonna get on everybody because we let disrespectful shit slide for too long. Now, when the move situation happened, I had the mentality, cuff them bitches, lock them bitches up. The motherfucker that gave the order should have went to jail. The bitch that carried it out should have went to jail.
Come on.
Lock them hoes up.
Come on.
Now, unfortunately, in our community, yes, the black community, some of us are sick. We have a serious mental infection. We are sick, boss. We sick, boss. You're imprisoned in your mind.
Come on.
We let shit slide. We let people pimp us, pimp our knowledge, pimp our resources, pimp our communities, and we see the short end of the stick, and they making 6 figures from it. That shit needs to end today. We need to call out our own for fuck shit. Grandma got to be called out too for the fuck shit she let slide. Now, if y'all gonna jump on Cardi B and Meg, keep that same goddamn energy for Millie Jackson, Lil' Kim, Foxy, Vanity 6. Keep that same goddamn energy. Don't pick and choose what energy to give to who. You can't do that. We got to call all the whores out. Line them all up. Get everybody. Don't pick and choose who we call out.
And that's why I said for the first time in my life.
Because who taught Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion? I bet you she said it was somebody from the 60s or the 70s. So our elders have failed us. And I'm included in that. Because I done supported some fuck shit. Yeah, I done took part in some fuck shit.
Come on.
So yeah, I failed you too.
You know, I'm an
elders have failed us.
And this is what I this is what I keep saying. I'm an accountability coach. I'm about accountability. And I'm gonna I'm gonna be honest as well.
Because we calling out the elders, we need to call out mama for the fuck shit she was doing with the court system and putting the men out the house. We need to call out mama, and we need to call out daddy for not standing up for that seed.
Well,
whether I tell you that woman or you don't, you still got a child with that woman.
I tell you, I you know what, and that's what I always
call everybody out.
I believe in giving flowers. Like my mom transitioned when I was still a teen. Mm-hmm. I tell you, Rosalind raised the real one over here. Okay, mom and daddy married all the years. You understand?
That's
so
right.
that I know that
we need to bring back the village.
I did what I did because you know I was. People know my story. You know my history. I was not a faithful wife. That was not something because of what I saw. It wasn't because of what I saw. Because my mom and my dad, they went to bat. You know, it was 5 of us in that household, and none of us ever felt like we were slighted. None of us were no favor because of complexion or that. You know, my mom was a very fair-skinned lady, and she always would say, you know, you're never going to be in a place where you feel less than because of your skin color. All right. So, you know, I definitely, I give my props. I give my flowers. I give my props to do it. My daddy, are you kidding me? My daddy, ain't no way. I remember telling my daddy when I was 13, 14, you know, I liked Scottie Pippen. I liked him like him. That's what my daddy felt like, you know, well, we can make a couple of bucks. We can make a couple of bucks. I'm going to take her over there. Let her get, you know, we gonna catch Scottie Pippen up a couple of dollars. You know, and this is how we're talking as adults. I was on a live a couple of months ago, and the dude was saying that if his girl, not somebody that he was just whatever playing around with, but his girl had serious people that wanted to pay her to have an OnlyFans account, and she didn't do it, he would get mad at her. And I'm saying this, and other females in this room taking advice. That was my last day on there. That was my last day.
Because some men can separate boyfriend from pimp. You try to combine the two. You can't be a boyfriend and be a goddamn pimp. It's either one or the other player.
Honey, you cannot
be a boyfriend.
You cannot be a queen with lyrics like what I just rattled off. Sukiana, please. And you know what? This is. Let me tell you, I was purging that Facebook list all day today. Y'all know my Facebook list is heavy. I have 5,000 whatever. I don't know how to get more in there, but I'm always constantly getting more people that request. But I tell you today, honey, I was going through this, dialing them off, and I had people privately message me. I have people that know me, really know me. They privately message me. You really unfriended me for liking the song? I said, what you like is your business, but you trying to bring that on my channel. You won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. I said, I got a 13-year-old diamond and an 11-year-old son. And I'm telling you, I don't know what you'll do for yours, but I'm not for mine. And that ain't a part of it. I'm not going to have, my kids are not going to be up there seeing me vibing and I'm around and I'm engaging in this type of energy. So therefore, when you come around and you looking at my daughter some type of way, I ain't even batting an eye because I know that's how we all get down. Like I said, y'all, forgive me. If Richard and Rosalind had raised me differently, I probably would be able to just hang out and vibe with y'all. But I ain't never. You understand? I ain't never had to do nothing to get up or to get something. You know, my daddy was it for me. Please. My mom didn't get it done, it didn't get done. I tell you, the only thing I ever did, and I was stealing from her to buy them, was buying Jordans. I ain't never have to go out with no dude to get no purse, to get no bag, to get no. I tell you, the first time I ever saw that was when I was my first year teaching at Girls High. Girl, I came home telling my ex-husband, I'll be like, those girls dress better than me. And them men, oh my gosh, grown men picking them up. Sis, they thought I was a senior. I was, my first year out of college. They thought I was a senior. They thought like, you too old. You too old. They was like, where them from? Do you have a little sister? One grown man asked me that I was chaperoning the dance. He was like, old head, you old head. You got what you got a sister here or something? and had no problem. And I said, excuse me, I'm a teacher, and I will have you arrested. I will
Because
have
some of these mamas and family members was whoring their daughters out.
Of course.
That's all that was. Straight whoring their daughters out.
Of course. This is plain and
You
simple.
ain't never lied. The life of King Wage, to get the bad culture is trash. Yep, you are so right.
With no man. Let me speak on that for a moment before I let you go in and let Hafsa, and I'm gonna check these comments. I'm gonna interact with them because we had a lot of fire comments, a lot of great conversation happening. So I'm gonna let you have for a second, but let me comment on that. So I was on this one post, and somebody was arguing with me. I was in a girl. Guess what? I was in a natural hair post. This is what we're talking about in a natural hair post. She talking about something. Well, maybe you.
And I've had my bouts with the conscious community because, you know, we gonna talk about them
coming
too.
Up with that Jaguar, when we coming up with that Jaguar at the bottom of the hour, we gonna get with that. We gonna talk about Jaguar and how I 100% know she ain't lying about another thing. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, this sister gonna tell me, perhaps if you had a better BAP, that's what she said. If you had a BAP, you would have a man instead of all here talking about how you single and celibate, and you would have someone to clean up and clean up and cook for, because that's what you seem to be mad about, somebody else cat. I said, listen, I'm only concerned about one other person cat other than mine, and that's my 13-year-old daughter. Trust and believe. Don't play with me. Don't you ever. And I told her, don't you ever in all your years, think that you have to break down anything to be able to understand it. Honey, IQ, LSAT, trust me. And she's like, anybody that brings up standardized testing, you already know what their intelligence level must be at. Okay. All right. What's yours? But you breaking down, you're justifying this. And that's why I said, ladies, what are you riding for? What you keeping for at the end of the day? Because like I said, just a month ago, I'm on this stream with brother, the life of King Wage, and they talking about how I'm not gonna be in no I'm not either. Trust me, I'm interested in being in no political relationship either. But it's the rationale that they were using, it totally was contradictory to what they're saying today. Cause you telling me you ain't got no problem with vibing with females that think like this. So why can't y'all vibe with someone like this as long as a man can give y'all a bag? That lady said, riding and then ask for a car. I thank God I ain't never had to. Y'all, please believe it. I was married at 19, y'all. Y'all can check my credentials. Y'all these level up coaches that ain't never been. I don't walk down the aisle, honey. Okay,
yep.
19 years old, married and a professor. Please check it. You really want to talk about leveling up? You really want to talk about since I was doing it? Why people in their 20s chasing the bag? I said, you know what? The sad part about me is that I was doing what I was doing for the fun of it. I wasn't doing what I was doing for money or nothing, because I had a husband at home and a one of those Ivy League educated. You can ask about it.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that.
But you're talking about leveling up, sis. Don't play with me. Don't play with me out here. Don't play with me out here. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it for a minute. I'm gonna put myself on mute. I'm gonna get to these comments, sis. Please let's continue, because you was rallying them off, and this is true. For the first time in our history, the nation, the internationally is looking at what we're doing, and we're supposed to be setting up some standards. But what we talking about? WAP? We talking about continuing the exploitation and the prostitution of our people for a car, for a bag, for some boots in here, for boots in a car.
She's too lazy to go get it herself. Now, Pete, let me say something to you women that think you ready for high value men. It's gonna take some requirements to get you a high value man. You got to bring more than just ass, head, and headaches to the table of a high value man. He make money. He don't need you. When he got about 20,000 other bitches trying to ride his dick, he wants somebody to stimulate his brain. So don't think y'all just gonna fuck y'all way to 6 figures. He got 20 other bitches for that. He don't need you. But a lot of us in the Black community, we have a mental infection. We're sick. So pedophilia has become normalized. And I blame some of these goddamn family members because you knew Uncle Ray Ray was a child molester that molested Dee Dee. You have forced Dee Dee to sit across the table from Uncle Ray Ray on every holiday, knowing that he's molested her. And then you want to hit her with what happens in this house stays in this house. Gotta call out the fuck shit. That go for family members too. And we got to stop protecting and hiding the pedophiles too. Y'all talk about y'all hate child molesters. Okay, but you ain't calling out the ones in the fucking family. You ain't calling out the ones that you're friends with either. You ain't talking about them. So a lot of it, pedophilia has become normalized. And again, we have a serious mental infection. We are imprisoned in our minds. So, unfortunately, we fighting an uphill battle against some of our own. And I know a lot of y'all don't like this phrase, but we got to drain the swamp. We got to drain our communities of this toxic masculinity, this toxic femininity, and we got to drain the swamp of these mamas out here purposely fucking y'all daughters up because you jealous of her because she got more bites to the apple than you. That shit should end too. To you fathers, don't get your ass on Facebook calling out females and arguing with females when you ain't got that energy to argue with the courts, your mama, for custody of your child. You sit down. You shut the fuck up. It's some of y'all worried about CARDI being Meg Thee Stallion, but your child is failing English. Why? Why is your child failing English? Y'all worried about CARDI being Meg Thee Stallion, but your mate is unhappy. Why? You worried about the wrong things. Now, we got to stop putting an expiration date on disrespectful shit, no matter who it is. Family, friends, your co-worker, the guy at the gas station, the self-checkout cashier at the grocery store. We got to stop letting people put an expiration date on disrespect. I don't care who it is. We got to call them out and let them know it's not acceptable. And another thing, Black women, you sat here and heard this woman call another young woman a roach. Y'all should have jumped on CARDI fucking head. She was wrong. We're the fans. We pay their bills. They don't have that right to disrespect us because without us, they don't have shit. And she sat there and called that Black woman a roach. Now, I bet you if we would have unsubscribed, started undownloading her music, her attitude would have got better. And it seems like the worse people treat us, the more we go back. We got to stop letting people abuse us. And the same thing with non-Blacks. We need to call out our own for fuck shit. You sat there and heard 50 Cent say out his mouth, Black women this and Lil Wayne this, and yet y'all go re-download the music and he just told you he don't like you. Stop buying their concert tickets. All that protesting ain't gonna get nothing done. Stop spending. I bet you out their attitudes will get better. Stop spending. And this goes for YouTubers too that disrespect Black women and Black men. Stop, unsubscribe worldwide. I bet you their attitudes will get better. Stop letting people put an expiration date on disrespect and start calling out our own for fuck shit. It's funny how some of you women will check your man's phone, but you won't check your child's homework. Make that make sense, sweetheart, because it doesn't. Make it make sense. And I want to say something to the church. How y'all got the spirit of discernment to know a child is fast, but you don't know when she's being molested? Make that make sense, please. Make it make sense. Y'all got the spirit of discernment when she fast, but you don't know when she being molested. Make that make sense, because it don't. Again, now we're going to jump on Hollywood real quick. And I want to say something
please, a whole word.
To my social justice warriors that's out there on the front line picking and dying and losing their life because we can't seem to get no respect. But that's okay. I got respect. That's okay, Miss Elite. You was dealing with somebody that had a mental infection. They is sick, boss. How we feel today, boss? So, unfortunately, you was fighting the uphill battle. Don't match wits with the unarmed baby. Now, I'm going to say something to Hollywood real quick. It's funny how y'all can jump on platforms, be disrespectful to us, but yet you want us to subscribe to your website, buy your new album, buy your jersey, buy your sneakers. But you just say it out your mouth, you don't like me. So I tell you what, worldwide, whoever listening, the next time somebody get disrespectful, one of our women or our men, we need to jump on their head in swarms. Because it was no reason for her to call that young woman a roach. That woman simply disagreed with her. And please come on this platform, Miss Keisha. She didn't call all black women roaches. She was talking about her. No, ho. She called all black women roaches. And you're a hoe because I know you got a mental infection. So I got to be viper with you to wake you up so you get the hint. That's okay, baby. I'll teach you what your mother should have taught you. 64,000 black women missing. But you worried about some goddamn CARDI being some goddamn Meg Thee Stallion. We need an explanation. Why are they missing? What the fuck is going on? But you're worried about CARDI being Meg Thee Stallion. And human trafficking is at an all-time high. Y'all keep thinking Pizzagate is goddamn conspiracy theory. Y'all keep thinking this shit don't fucking happen. This shit does happen. And it goes on a daily basis. So y'all need to stop. Y'all need to unplug from Hollywood. Y'all got to unplug from your favorite celebrity. Because your favorite celebrity was on Epstein's flight log. So yes, your favorite celebrity is a pedophile and they fucking babies. And eating them. Yes, I said it. Y'all worried about CARDI being Meg Thee Stallion, but men and women and children missing from our communities. Fuck Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all do realize stallion means an uncastrated male horse, right? So what kind of message is being conveyed here? Y'all better open your eyes. These celebrities don't mean us no good. They don't give a fuck about us. Because I bet you if you lost your house right now, can you call Meg Thee Stallion and CARDI B and say, hey, I need $25,000? No, you probably won't get her. You'll probably get her publicist. Hey, Sakari, how you doing? You'll probably get her publicist. You probably won't talk to her. These celebrities don't care about us. But we need more unity amongst us. And we got to stop letting non-black people get away with disrespectful shit. When they feel as though they could disrespect us, the disrespect will continue. And I want to jump on some of you Biden supporters real quick. Now Biden told y'all ain't black if you don't vote for him. So I guess y'all gonna Watusi y'all little goofy asses out there and vote for him, huh? And he told you wasn't black. So we need to stop letting politicians get away with disrespectful shit. Stop letting them come in our community, eat our food, talk to us, talk good, play saxophone, and invite them to the cookout. Everybody ain't meant to be at the cookout. Everybody don't mean us no good. They get our vote, talk shit about us, and they done got our vote. Gotta stop letting bitches get away with disrespectful shit. Gotta stop. Well, yeah, that's what they say in Texas, Miss Elite. They do call women 5'9" or taller stallions, I believe, in the state of Texas. But if you look it up, stallion, it means an uncastrated male horse. So I don't know. Meg Thee Stallion sounded a little suspect to me there. But that's a whole nother conversation. So we got to stop letting people pimp our communities. We got to stop letting people pimp our resources. We got to stop letting people pimp our knowledge, because we give them all that game and all that knowledge and they take it and make 6 figures. And we don't see a dime from it. we die penniless and broke.
You know, speaking on that, I want to get on that for a minute. And I want to thank the lovely sister Queen, Miss Queen Saucus Ray, for gracing this live chat with her presence. Thank you so much, sis. I have been a member of the UGC for a couple of months now, and the energy that goes on within those chat rooms, I'm telling you, that really saved my saved my energy. That saved my energy, because the group that she has put together has been just incredibly supportive. No one's talking nobody down. When you can go into the group and say, "Hey, I'm single and celibate," and you get applauded. You go on these level up channels, and they act like you got a problem. You got a problem when you say,
you gotta understand. Like, you gotta understand, we're dealing with a different generation. Like, a lot of young women grew up without their fathers, or if they had a father, it was a toxic relationship with him. So the father in the house, or a positive male role model for a female, is very important, because by that father being absent, she looks for love in all the wrong places. And that father is the one to put that exclamation of self-esteem in a girl. Because I had grew up with my father, and I used to think my father was mean. I used to think my father was harsh.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I grew to appreciate him. And I said, I see where he was going. So yeah, that father puts that exclamation point, and he's the first example of what a man is supposed to be, what he's supposed to think, and what he's supposed to act like. I'm Generation X. I don't know what generation a lot of you guys are. So I grew up with my uncle in the house, my father, my grandfather, all in one house, and cousins. Yeah, we fought over covers and things like that, but it was still love. And if you fought with one of us, we always jumping on your head. So you might say we was a gang.
Thank you. I'm the youngest of 5, and I will say this, and that's why I said we were the Cosby kids. I'm Rudy, so I'm the youngest of 5, and there was not a lot of there was not a lot of outside fights. There really wasn't, so we didn't get a lot of jumping on one another. We didn't get a lot of jump that we had to jump to defend one another. But let me tell you, the reason why the kids never even had to do it, because like I just told somebody on a Facebook post, they said, "What were you, bullied, or were you a bully?" I said, "Let me tell you something. My mom and dad didn't play that. Richard and Rosalind, if it was anything, first of all, they kept my head into the books, so that I was down to no drama. I wasn't involved with a lot of these he say type of situations that called for that. And secondly, I was bullied by my mom. I was bullied by my mom to get to bed at a certain time, to make sure that the clothes, my room had to be cleaned every day. My mom, people thought my mom was in the military. She wasn't, but she just,
that's how we cleaned. Yeah, that's how we cleaned back in the day. Like, we cleaned the steps on a Saturday morning. The TV was off. Once the steps was clean, we go do what we want. But
girl,
our mothers are overworked. Our mothers are burnt out, and a lot of us Black women suffer from burnt toast syndrome. Okay. And we gotta stop taking on this mentality of superwoman. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to this person, Nia X, said that the speaker comes off as male identified, females, and talking about fathers not being in the home. How is that? She talked about her father being in the home. Are you talking about me? My father was in the home as well, but I did have a very masculine mother. Absolutely, I did. I had a mother that she just. I had what I had.
Okay. I didn't mean for it to come off that way. I get what she was trying to say. I'm sorry about that, Nia. But yeah, I had a masculine mom also.
I had a masculine mom. Daddy was in the house. Yes. Okay. So she says man focused talking points.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to just make sure that we're actually addressing what she's saying. I want to make
sure. So that was just to explain it. Yeah, that's fine.
She said man-focused talking points. I don't think these are man-focused talking points. Personally, I think that these are. I think what we have to start doing as a people, and this is what we've been divided doing for so long. I think, like you said, Keisha, I'm from Generation X as well. I'm the last year before millennials came into existence. Yeah, I think we're the same age. But so we're at a very kind of, what do you call it?
But we need to bridge the gap between generations too, because there's a lot of miscommunication and there's a lot of hurt going on within a lot of these generations. No, that's not what I was saying, dear. No, that's not what I was saying. But I just said, why would you name yourself after an uncastrated male horse?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who is this? Spirulina mommy? You better sub. I need you a part of this blow up. This is the truth. This is what people don't realize. You guys, go and check the credits. Go and check the credits for WAP, and you will see who's getting paid the most money. You'll see whose song it is. You'll see who's on the production. You'll see who's getting paid. Meg Thee Stallion ain't getting paid like that. And you know, when another sister accused me on Facebook, she accused me of being a part of you're a victim of male patriarchy where women can't brag about whatever. I said, honey, you don't know me. Honey, somebody better ask him about me, honey. You just don't know.
Unfortunately, that's
let me tell you, I lost a whole marriage behind some. Okay. My priorities got messed up because of some WAP. And I had no business. You
know, my saying to that is pussy's a dime a dozen. A man could flip a coin and hit a bitch in the head and get pussy anywhere. You got to bring more than pussy to the table.
Come on.
Like a lot of y'all think y'all gonna fuck your way to riches.
It's CARDI's song.
It is.
It's CARDI's song, Ms. Elite.
Y'all don't, but y'all don't realize y'all gonna have to put that work in once you do get that high value man. Okay, you got him, what you gonna do to keep him?
What are you gonna do? You know, learning. And you know what's funny too? I've been seeing some of these men, because y'all, so much happened over the weekend. We had Jaguar, we had this, and we had Tommy Lawrence come through and hit it with the fire. I never thought it'd be a day where I was feeling about something that Tommy Lawrence said.
Okay.
And putting it for gospel. But it was such a high weekend. But the thing of it is that it is like, you know, what you're saying is spot on. Because you're talking about keeping them. And these men was sitting around talking about Tommy Lauren was a 6. Honey, no, don't play. Because before she made these comments, y'all would have loved that snow bunny. Y'all would have been.
Y'all need to stop lying.
Y'all would have been skiing them slopes all day.
Stop lying.
All day and brag.
Because y'all become super saver when it comes to them. So let's call it all the way out.
Let's call it. Let's call it.
Y'all become super saver.
Come on.
Yes, y'all do.
Come on.
Y'all become super saver.
No, Spirulina, you are welcome here. Trust me, because we're about accountability.
Yeah.
We're about accountability. We're about being able to call each other out, but being real. Like I said, I opened up this channel for that very reason.
For that reason, yeah.
For that very reason. Because that is what a glow up is. You got these other chicks talking about a level up. A level up is what you're putting on. It's fake. The glow up happens internally. And until you start being accountable in what's happening internally, there is no improvement. Not really. Level up is temporary. You temporary. You leveling up because you got a new man, you got a new car, you got to do this or whatever. But a glow up is eternal. It's eternal. And it must start inside. Let's see this. As if it's someone's fault, they're probably not involved.
I understand what she's saying, but to me, it is the father's fault. Yeah, it is the father's fault because they let these women bully them and take their rights away. The same way she went to court to go file that paperwork and file for child support, you should have had your ass down there fighting against that. Stop letting them get away. Yeah, you got to prepare legally.
What she's saying is you're talking as if it's someone's fault their father was not involved. But I didn't feel that.
No, I'm not saying it was
I didn't feel that. I feel like she came, Keisha came for the mom and the father. I think that maybe
that's
some
what
of
I was
that got missed
saying.
in translation. Oh, the life of a King Wage, you might be on a different breed, but I'm telling you, no, these men in these some of these rooms talking about Tommy is a 6. Tommy ain't never been a 6 to nobody until this happened. And let me tell y'all something, like you said, when you don't know how to treat even a man that's leveled up, y'all don't get it twisted. Like I said, my ex-husband, Ivy League educated, top bar scorer in New York. You know, he had to go up there to receive the special prize. Yeah, but this dude, you kidding me? This dude was not sitting around talking about, oh, let me get into the brand name, let me shop for these nice cars. Nah, he wasn't on that. He wasn't on that. So these women thinking y'all get prepared by knowing.
What I'm saying, what I'm stressing, and I stay on women the hardest and men. Y'all got to create generational wealth. Don't have babies for them to struggle.
That's
why. Yeah, don't have babies for them to struggle. Because if you die today or tomorrow, don't you want to know that your life insurance is paid up? They got some cash, they got a house, they got a business or something. Generational wealth. That's why I'm so hard on parents, and I'm harder on men, because you let women go to court, tear up the notices, you don't check behind this woman. Now 2 or 3 years later, you getting hit with child support from a child you know nothing about. Y'all got to start following behind these women. Don't let her get away with, oh, I had an abortion, and you find out 10 years later she had a kid. Like, y'all got to start checking behind these women. Y'all got to check with
your kids. You had it done. That's what they checking on. Let me tell you something. You ain't speaking. You really what they say, you triggering some folk, Keisha. I promise you triggering some folk.
If I'm triggering you, that means you need to hire me. If I'm triggering you, that means you need to hire me. And that means there's work that has to be done. And you know, we as women got to start holding women accountable for fuck shit. Period. Like, don't be afraid to say sis, but you wrong.
But you're wrong.
You're wrong. We got to start holding women accountable. If you know Trail ain't letting David see his kid, and this man buy the stuff he need for this child, come when he's supposed to, he just don't want to be with her. Y'all gotta stop letting Trail get away with fuck shit. Gotta call out. Thank you, Mia. Thank you. He just seen it.
Same.
So we gotta create that generational wealth. You know, we gotta start putting our kids up in positions that have money and have businesses. So we ain't gotta go in other people's communities, especially when they don't want us there. We gotta stop asking our enemies for help.
And trust me, y'all, generational wealth and then no coat and some boots and Meg Thee Stallion. This thing was nothing more than a long commercial for exploitation, okay, for prostitution, and for distraction. Yeah. I want y'all to totally know that. So you got your mind not even thinking right.
You know, again, you still can't just jump on Meg Thee Stallion and CARDI. You got to call out Lil Kim. You got to call out.
Of course. And let me tell y'all something.
Millie Jackson. Got to call out Vanity 6. Got to call out Apollonia. So you can't just, like, if it's so many layers to that. If y'all gonna jump on CARDI, yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't, but you're absolutely right. And let me tell y'all, before y'all got mad at Trina calling y'all savages, okay, animals that need to be locked up in a zoo. Okay, I had been told y'all, okay, because it wasn't Trina. Guess who wrote the lyrics? Rick Ross. So I had to call out another sister, because talking about some Rick Ross, such a good artist. This dude wrote for Trina, because y'all, Trina didn't write no albums talking about it. Nope. She didn't do no writing. She didn't write her albums. Her first album, where she said, if I could do it all again, I'd be fucking by the age of 10.
Yep.
Yo, we already know this video might get taken down, so listen,
that's
you better
okay.
share this while it's
But
live.
we can learn though. But we can learn how to build structures though, because if we can spend 2 hours watching Empire, there's no reason why you can't spend 2 hours learning how to build the empire.
Come on, sis, you coming through today.
Whatever them love and hip hop, gotta unplug from them too.
Come on, sis, you coming in today.
We gotta stop being proud side chicks and proud smuts. We got to stop being proud side chicks, because you can't sit up here and ask for protection and then say you don't need a man. That's confusing.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Exactly, Remo.
Let's talk about it. Let's be real, because like I said, this thing may be taken down, but like I said, I don't know what y'all do on y'all, but I stand on mine. I stand on mine.
If you're gonna call
out, like you said, we have to call out. We have to call out.
Gotta go back to the elders. We gotta go back to the beginning.
What my girl just did her catchphrase. I gotta put it up here. Okay, thank you, Sakis. Hello, thank you. Hamburger. Thank you.
Create that generational wealth.
Thank you. We need to. Thank you. Oh yeah, we know we can talk about this all day, brother guy.
Bring that generational wealth.
They love it.
We gotta get tired of being called liquid money by other communities. We gotta be tired. I mean, and it's like they're telling us they don't want us. They don't want us to be tired. We gotta be tired. Like, okay, this obviously they don't want us here. Let me go shop with my own. But again, we gotta stop haggling our people prices. You know, you can't get mad at the black man for charging $3.75 for a hot dog, but you'll go in another community and pay $4. But you just don't about $3.75 and won't question it.
And won't question it. Let me tell you, as a owner, I love what you're saying with that.
Gotta call out
the owner, I love what you're saying with that. Because I've said that.
And I want to say something to you mothers. Y'all need therapy the most, because y'all jealous of y'all daughters. Y'all set them up to fail. Y'all verbally abuse them and fight them and try to hurt them. And by the time she's 13, 14, 15, 16, she all hurt. Y'all got to do right by your daughters. If you're not going to do right by your daughters, like, what is the point? Let her go with her father. Let her go with a grandmother that got some sense. Somebody that's going to raise her correctly. Because y'all really hurting these girls.
Thank you.
Y'all hurting your daughters. Same thing with you fathers, with you sons. Y'all hurting y'all sons. But, you know, we got to bring back the generational wealth. You know, we can't substitute the baby shower as the wedding no goddamn more in 2021. I'm sorry. Why is your baby shower more lavish than your wedding? Why?
Wait a minute, guy. That was the most offensive thing you heard in the whole song. I'm gonna pull you to task.
You know, so she can afford a housekeeper. But that's how you better not be damn cooking.
That was the most upsetting thing you heard, because I heard a whole lot more. I heard a whole lot more.
But she married a simp. That's why. She married a simp. Simps will take anything. Simps will deal with anything. Because ain't no something. Because you notice who she married, Offset. She ain't married Tom Hanks or none of them. She ain't married Brad Pitt. She married Offset. That should tell you something right there.
Now,
and you know, we gotta set better standards, like with our men. You know, y'all, you know, we gotta start building our wealth, you know, that get our credit right and all that stuff, you know. And a lot of mothers have hurt their daughters. Not yet, but it's coming soon, Indian K8. You know, we hurting our daughters, you know, and y'all gotta let these men see their kids, ladies. He don't gotta be a good father to be with you, baby. Let that man see his kid in peace. Stop trying to fight that man. Stop trying to argue with that man and stab that man and send him to prison. We got enough of us in jail. We don't need to add to the population. We don't need to. We got to stop doing that. And fellas, y'all need to pick better. Because if she good enough to have a baby with, she should be good enough to get a ring.
I've said it. I've said this. This is
we
what I've
gotta
been
stop
telling my
playing house.
nephews. I've told my nephews.
We
I was
gotta
telling
stop
friends.
playing house babies.
Let me tell you
Stop
how these
playing
dudes. When I was at FAMU, because y'all, like I said, you can check my credentials. I'm
Y'all
real with
gotta
that. I was
start
there
getting in the law libraries. Y'all
Thank
gotta start looking at y'all rights as a man, because prenups are not for broke men. Prenups are not for rich people. You can start planning stuff like that now. So when you do get married and you do happen to jump to the 6 figures, you good. You protected.
Nia sound like me, honey. 2 times my ex-husband tried to. Yeah, 2 times my ex-husband tried to file for assault custody. I said, you ain't gonna take these babies.
Like fellas, y'all
Absolutely,
gotta
we
start
will.
getting
We
on game.
will.
And fellas, when y'all divorce women or ladies, when y'all get divorces, listen, y'all gotta stop letting people tell y'all therapy ain't for black people. No, we need therapy. This community needs help. This community has an open wound that just will not stop bleeding, and it needs to stop. We gotta stop bleeding on people that didn't cut us.
I tell you, I didn't. I only thing that I looked at, I didn't know. Only thing I knew was that
It depends on
alimony.
your state, Nia. It depends on your
It
state.
depended.
I would sit down and do a 30-minute consultation with a family lawyer. You're going to need a family lawyer, a business lawyer if you're going into business for yourself. And you'll also need an accountant. So sit down with them depending on whichever way you're going. Now, if you plan on working for somebody, which I hope y'all don't, I'd rather y'all own businesses and do it yourself. But
Thank you.
talk to them, find out, because every state is different. What may apply in Pennsylvania may not apply in New Jersey, because every state is different. But also get into the habit of going to anger management, going to parenting classes, and having inspections. So that way, if you got to take your child in an emergency, you already set. The house has been inspected. You got food, it's clean. But y'all got to make sure you get that therapy, ladies, because when you go into these relationships, y'all want these high value men, y'all gonna have to have some form of therapy. You're gonna need a personal trainer. You're gonna need an image consultant, a stylist, and a makeup artist. And you have to mix and mingle with those kind of people. And you got to be able to walk that walk, because it's a lifestyle. It's not about just marrying a man or woman with money. It's a lifestyle. You said, God, I mean, well, fellas, y'all gotta protect yourselves, because it's a lot of stuff. Like when y'all be with these women, and this is how a lot of you fellas get caught up. So I'm about to drop some jewels on you fellas. Y'all go out here and think head is harmless. No, head is harmful. Because as soon as you nut in a chick mouth, all she got to do is spit it in a cup, take a turkey baster, and put that nut in her vaginal space, and she's pregnant. So this is how y'all get caught up, fellas. Y'all gotta see past these fat asses, these big titties, and what their mouth do. Y'all gotta see past all that. Y'all get set up on the okey doke. Y'all do. Y'all get shit dropped in y'all drink. Y'all some wicked ass women out here, fellas. Same thing for you ladies.
What about the main person who said she was dropping stuff in the drink, Cardi B? Okay, y'all should have been counseled on this. But y'all sitting around talking about how good everything looked. I saw a creator talking about how good everything looked visually, how great Megan was rapping. And I said,
and one more thing to you young men, to you fellas out here, when y'all use these condoms after y'all have sex with these women, pull it out, take that condom with you, and put that shit in the drain somewhere. Because once again, all she got to do is get the condom out the trash, take a turkey baster once again, and squirt it up in her, and she's pregnant. So y'all got to get smarter on how y'all dispose condoms and how y'all do things with females, especially if you got money. And you don't even have to have money. Thank you, Nia.
Thank you. You don't.
Y'all got to be careful. And ladies, once again, y'all got to be careful. Like, if you got to watch for things in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Gotta pick and choose who you have kids with, because you gotta know what's in these people's bloodlines. You gotta know if these people are generationally cursed. Does mental retardation run in this family? Does this family have a high suicide rate? And are there pedophiles in this family? Y'all really gotta look more into these big dicks. These look great in sweatpants, curly hair, green eyes. Y'all gotta look at that big picture, because you go have a baby with a guy or a girl, and you find out grandma committed suicide at 14. His aunt is on a heart monitor. Uncle Charlie got 27 voices in his head. Do you really want to leave your kid with these motherfuckers?
You know, hey, we this is the real. It's nothing to feel bad about. We have to deal with the way we
nothing to feel bad about, baby. You might have got a blessing. You might have got a blessing because you don't know what's on that side of the family. Because a lot of people are generationally cursed.
Absolutely.
I tell you, don't feel bad, because think about it like this. What if you would have left your child with his family and Uncle Leroy molested your child?
Thank you.
You'll never be the same after that.
Thank you.
So think about that as God's protection, baby. I don't know what you believe in, but think about that as your creator's protection.
That's why I said, listen, there is something that Iyanla says that I love. She says things don't happen to you, they happen for you. They happen for you. So everything that happens in life, it is by way of no way a coincidence. It is divine.
And then you gotta remember, people got demons in them. So who's to say Grandma Charlie Mae don't throw your baby down the steps because she heard a voice? So
Come
on.
Come on.
Come on, Bremo. Red flag.
Yes, blowers. Put up some blowers. Absolutely.
Check them backgrounds, baby. I don't care if he stole a 25-cent bag of cheese doodles. That's right, Nia X. Don't leave them kids with nobody.
Thank you.
Don't leave your kids with nobody.
Very true. I definitely agree to that. I definitely agree to that. And imagine what you're taking in your body. That's why I said nobody can feel shame about
we don't want listen, in this community, we don't want no more rappers. We don't want no more strippers. We don't want no more dancers. We need more mathematicians. We need more scientists, and we need more thinkers.
Come on.
We want to be breeding the next Rakim 2.0.
Come on.
We need Rakim 2.0s. He's speaking 14 different languages and on his way to Harvard at 8. And he black.
And we
do greatness.
We need some more Bobby Fischer.
Remember where we come. Y'all better remember where we come from. We're greatness. We built every goddamn thing in this country.
That's one of the standards that I have. I said for my husband, it must be these three things. Must love God.
Yep.
Must have never by any way stretched an imagination, had any type of sexual predator history.
Rakim will be able to do your taxes and claim PS4 your taxes for you some kind of way. We need both things.
And number 3, my
Rakim 2.0 or Letitia 2.0.
My husband, number 3, has got to be able to teach me to play chess. Absolutely.
All right.
These are some things that I just want for myself, that I'm just like, you know what? I'm not, when we talk about, my husband got to make this much, that much. Yes, I want to be provided for. But I tell you, if you are not with a man that can't teach you something, sis, teaching you how to throw the
we got to take better care of ourselves. Like, we got to eat better, take care of ourselves. We got to get back to how the ancestors lived.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta, exactly. We gotta, Bremo, we do gotta stop killing our kids' dreams. We do. We gotta stop shooting our kids in the foot.
You ain't lied. I definitely encourage
stop shooting our kids in the foot. If If your son want to be a video game designer, you better take your behind a Dollar Tree, get him some paints, get him some clay, so he could be the best video game designer in there, because he competing against other kids. We better shape and mold them geniuses. That's what Letitia 2.0.
Nia,
Raheem 2.0.
Nia, I want my husband to teach me now. Okay, you just pipe down now, Megan Thee Stallion. Okay,
got to.
Pipe down now.
We gotta unplug from Love and Hip Hop. We gotta unplug from Black Ink Crew. Somebody ain't gonna like that one.
Okay, we need to start back shaming females to sleep around.
But God, let's understand why she's sleeping around. Because I'm pretty sure if you talk to the average female that sleeps around, there's some form of abuse in her background. Agreed. Somewhere along the line, somebody that was supposed to care for that woman stripped her self-esteem. And she's doing this as a way of attention. So we need to fight. We need to get these females and find out why they do these instead of shaming them. Because how has shaming them worked for us? All we did was shape and mold the next drug addict. So how has shaming really helped? We're sick. A lot of us have a mental infection.
I'm smiling at these comments. They are amazing. They're
cute. Bird doctor one day. You never know. That might make us 6 figures. Hey, let's get that bird doctor ready.
Yes, sis. Yes. Sis, see, you have to understand. I don't have him yet, but that's what I'm manifesting. Okay, that's what I'm preparing for. Man, gonna teach me how to play.
One more thing.
Chess, not chess.
Ladies, if your man is playing his part and he's lead, he's providing and protecting, please let him do so. And practice the art of shut up. Everything don't require a response, baby. Sometimes you gotta be quiet. Yep, exactly. Life of King Wage. Yeah, a lot of our kids' creativity be peeking out. And look, we gotta encourage that. We gotta enrich that. So by the time they hit our age, they ain't working for nobody. Look, your son want to be a video gamer. He make sure he the best video gamer. He want to be a chef. Make sure he the best, but also give him options. Like if he wants to work for somebody, let him know. Don't get him no more than 2 to 5 years of your time, and then try to do it for yourself. But as you're doing it for yourself, save money. If you got to save $1 from every paycheck for them 2 to 5 years, you got to crawl before you can walk. If you got to save $0.25 a day, do it. But we got to shape and mold them geniuses, and we got to stop putting our kids out at 18. Because what have they really saved and accomplished at 18? Now, if they got their credit straight, they got money saved, got their license, their insurance is good, yeah, because they settled. They can make some moves. Stop putting them out at 18 and they ain't got no money saved up, no credit, no nothing. And then you're not teaching them how to survive and how to maneuver out here too. If you're going to put your children out, make sure they got their money saved, their car, their insurance, make sure they got their license, and teach them how to survive out here. We got to teach them how to hunt for apartments or houses, whatever they doing. But don't never tell them to buy more than what they need. Sometimes you got to go where your money takes you. Got to crawl before you can walk. You ain't going to jump out there and get far northeast until you get past North Philly. So sometimes you got to go in the not so great areas until you can do better. But this is where we come in at. With that generational wealth, whatever he got saved up, I should be able to match it. It's like, okay, son, you got 5,000, I got 5,000. Let's go pick your furniture. Let's go get you a deep freeze. Let's get your house clean and get you ready. And encourage them to be husband and wives before baby mamas and fathers. Look, no ring, no wound. No ring, no wound. You know, we got to stop being proud to be side chicks. And we got to stop letting people pimp us and make fools out of us and embarrass us. We got to stop sticking around for disrespectful shit.
Period. Period. Now with the last, because we've been on here real strong and tough, a little over an hour. I definitely wanted to get back. I'm gonna let you open up this next bag because I'm telling you, I'm loving it and I'm learning. We're gonna talk about Jaguar. It's Jaguar Wright, one of our Philly sisters, came out over the weekend, end of last week, and was talking about what has been so disrespectful about the treatment of the founding group's member, Mr. Malik. And on top of that, she talked about how women are treated in the entertainment industry. Now, this definitely spoke so much to my heart because I was a booking agent for about a decade while I was in Philadelphia. And the things that I saw, and I mostly worked with independent and neo soul artists. You know, I used to have the code down to Larry Gold studio and the whole time, you know. But the things that I saw, you would think that these things would be, you would expect them with Nelly or 50 Cent. You know, you didn't expect for this to be happening with the woke community. And there was a lot of disappointment that I felt from that community. So I definitely want to speak on how you felt people have been responding or reacting, because I've seen the full gamut with people saying that. And actually, I used to book Jaguar Wright. There was a she used to be at the 5 spot, and they had a series, The Black Lily. And I used to book a couple acts there, Ursula Rucker being one of them. So I'm very familiar with what she was saying, the people that she was naming. I was like, dang, I know, da da da. So, but there has been a full gamut where nobody was talking about, you know, questioning her mental, right? Before she said all this. Now she said this. Now these people come out telling me she crazy. She crazy. Oh, I knew she was crazy from that Coke commercial. Really, fam? Because you weren't talking about that years ago. Nobody was talking about her looking crazy years ago. So if you would open up that conversation with that, I'm going to jump out, and we need to talk about why is it that when women speak out against something, now we get called crazy. We get called crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let you speak on that.
Yep. Again, we got to take the blinders off when it comes to our favorite celebrities, and we have to accept that these things happen, especially when you've had more than one woman come out saying the same thing, but in a different way. And again, we have normalized pedophilia. We have normalized domestic violence. We have normalized rape, unfortunately. So, and we have to stop saying, oh, she's a black woman, these things don't happen. No, it happens to all women. It don't care what color you are. So we have to stop disregarding everything that the black woman says. And it shouldn't matter how she looks or how tall she is, because I know a lot of tall women that have masculine features and still require protection. And this is the same thing a lot of us did to Grace Jones in the 80s. Y'all was disrespectful to her, talking about she looked like a man and don't need no protection. She's still a woman. So we have to stop normalizing the abuse of our women and the abuse of our men. And we have to stop allowing others to do it. So, and that's not the first time that a woman has came out and said this about celebrities. Yeah, we have to stop doing that. Like, these things happen, but let a non-black woman come on the platform and say it. You'll validate her concerns. You'll believe her. Whoop-de-woo. So we have to stop picking and choosing what to give energy to, because it happens to all women, and it even happens to children. You know, it's some of you adults that have called a molestation victim just being a fast-ass girl when he was a 36-year-old grown man who should have controlled himself around a child. Grace Jones is the model from the 1980s. She's a tall, dark-skinned woman, very beautiful, but because she had masculine features, people was like, oh, she don't need no protection. She's still a woman. Like, I know a lot of tall women that have masculine features, but they're still women. So we got to stop picking and choosing what we're going to fight for and what we're not going to fight for. that's still our system, regardless. And we have to get better with this fighting for each other, because we got too many enemies to be going against each other. Now, the conscious community, I want to talk to the ones that are actually conscious and practicing the lifestyle of consciousness. Because just like with everything, you got the fake ones and you got the ones doing this to get women into the polygamy relationship. So when you say conscious, are they really conscious, or are they playing with this for polygamy relationships? Because we got a lot of fake conscious too. They overuse the words woke and king.
Overused, but not queen, not queen. Your sister. They king, but your sister. Let me tell you, I've been saying that. I don't want to be considered conscious or woke. I think I said aware. That's why I did the whole glow up. But we do need to talk about that, because that's what I think hurt me so much about the entertainment industry, that I was working with the conscious community, the neo soul community, and the I was a victim of colorism. There were certain artists that wouldn't give me a date to book for them. They would, white or half white sisters. This definitely happened. I definitely was treated as though I was like, when an artist would want to get with me, it was almost like it was expected. But when it was and like I said, I was a booking agent, I was a publicist, so I wasn't even expecting for that. But it was almost like they expected for me to just be like, But when it was a female, another female light, brighter skin, they were willing to put on a full court press for her. Very much very what they call it, complimentary. Very complimentary sister all the time. With me, it was like, hey, so what you doing after? But for the light bright or the half white girl, it'd be like, hey, I want you to come with me to this event. Yeah. You'd be like, what you doing after the event? So, and that hurt me as a, I was in my mid 20s, that was 23. That hurt me. And even though I was married and I had a husband to go home to, you have to understand, still mentally, I'm still this, 20 something girl. And I remember one time, not one time, but I was very much in a relationship with this particular rapper. And he would just never call me to be a part of anything. I'm talking about a time over in the All-Star Game 2004. He was in LA at the same time. He knew I was in LA also, but did he call me to hang out or call me to go to no parties? No, but as soon as next week we back in Philly, he calling me, and it was just, and it was heartbreaking. It really was. And y'all, I didn't have the UGC back then. I didn't have the Ugly Girls Club. I didn't have no support system back then. But there a lot of this definitely went on, and like you said, a lot of these the miseducations went on, and definitely within that conscious community. And I tell you what, it did not stop. Even though I left the entertainment industry, every time I came into contact with those type of woke folk, it was always BS that would start to rise again. It's a very colorist society. Okay, with the same people that are so aware are very colorist. It's a very discriminatory society, and it's a very sexist society. Period. And
some of them got mental infections too. Again, we sick, boss. We is sick, boss.
Condition. I want y'all to know, YouTube wouldn't let me write condition. They wouldn't even let me write it, y'all.
Now, and unfortunately, the people that are conscious, that take it seriously, that are helping their communities, that are, doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're not out here playing with this. And you got some people that play with it that think it's a joke, and they still remain disrespectful. Now, when you become conscious, you put all that stuff aside, you rewire your brain. But she said, don't like lights, get red carpet. I'm mid-tone. I get okay. That's okay. I've got no play treatment too. You know, when you become conscious, you rewire your brain. You unlearn all that bullshit that you learned in the world. Unfortunately, some people are still they try to be conscious but plugged into the world at the same time.
And you can't serve two masters.
If you plugged into the world, not at all. You just tap dancing with two masters, pretty much. So, like the colorism thing, you know, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, when you guys experience these things, you got to get into the habit of strength in numbers. And I'm gonna talk about the Rat Pack for a second. Jerry Lewis, yes, Jerry Lewis did some fucked up shit. I already know, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about them in unity. Because if Sammy wasn't playing, you best believe Jerry Lewis and Frank Sinatra was walking. If Sammy couldn't play, so we need to give it that energy. Well, I tell you what, if LaQuisha can't stay, we all leaving.
Thank you.
We all leaving.
The Rat Pack, yes, the way they roll together.
We have to unlearn the mistreatment of ourselves, because we mistreat ourselves the most, and then it projects onto other people. So we have to stop mistreating ourselves. Once we learn how to treat ourselves, everything else will fall in place. But you have to start exercising strength in numbers, because I guarantee you, if I'm somewhere and I hear a sister getting treated, oh, I tell you what, we're not going to stay. You heard what happened, right?
Thank you.
You saw what happened, right? I ain't staying for that. So we have to unlearn the mistreatment of each other. We got to unlearn all that stuff. We got to stop devouring our own. We do.
Come on.
We do. We do. We got to stop devouring our own. We got to. Like, it has to stop devouring our own. We got to stop feeding our young to the beast. Got to stop feeding our young to the beast.
Listen, let me tell you the reason why Sammy died, bro, because he had his wives. And remember what they all were? Yeah. What were they? What were they? What color? Honey, when them wives got hold of Sammy's little bits. Okay. Oh, thank you. And he had a few. And he had some baby moms out there too. Okay, Mr. Sammy, Mr. Bojangles. He was jangling. Okay, no prenup and the whole night. If anybody wants to join us live, the link is up. Miss Keisha is going to grace us with her presence, so I know that she is going to be very, very interested in taking some questions. Thank y'all so much again, everybody that came through today. The incomparable Miss Salkis Ray. Thank you for our guest host today, our panel member today, Miss Keisha Green, always. Like she said, her YouTube channel will be up. We're supporting. We're going to make sure that this glow continues to grow.
It'll be 2 channels. I'll be doing a legal channel for also men and women, how you can prep yourself legally. So I need to sit down with people, find out, because every state is different.
Yeah.
So you want to protect yourself. Now, if you live in another state and your child lives in another state, it's a whole different set of rules. So hopefully, I'm not sure. I think his wives weren't black. Sammy Davis.
No, he had white kids. He had one black wife, the first one, and he had 2. Then he had a common law. They came out of woodworks. He was like Tiger Woods when he had entered to ground. When he was like Tiger Woods. He had babies.
But you gotta prep yourself even before death. Gotta prep yourself even before death. Start sitting down with these accountants and these family lawyers. Start sitting down with these business lawyers and preparing yourself. That stuff ain't for rich people. Start preparing yourself, especially if you're in school now and you know it's going to bring you a certain income. Start prepping early.
You must do that before it even happens.
Make sure it goes to your children. So I'll do a legal channel also. So I'll probably do each state differently. So I'm just doing the research on each state. So that way, when I give you guys information, I can say this was updated as of 2020, because the laws change and they vary from time to time. So I want to make sure I'm giving y'all up-to-date information.
And that's what's very key, to be prepared before it even happens. Because I was just talking to a brother in faith yesterday. He said, well, I'm going to be, single. I'm not really worried about no female right now. I don't have any kids. I'm not worried. I said, and that's when it'll hit you. That's when it'll hit you, because you're going to meet somebody.
We're staying single until the right situation comes along. Y'all trying to build generational wealth. You ain't got time for passing. You ain't got time for passerby. You want somebody that's gonna build with you,
Absolutely.
Y'all want to make sure these kids is right. So if something do happen, your kids straight. They ain't got to go to the enemy's community. They ain't got to ask the enemy for help.
You have to get prepared before, because that's what
y'all prepare early. That's not for broke.
You get the lady, she gets the baby, and before you know it, y'all get married. You don't have nothing in place.
Find out what your rights are. Find out what your rights are as a parent, as a husband, and what happens in the divorce. Like, you want to know what's going on afterwards, so that way you covered on everything. Take your time. If you don't understand something, ask questions. But go to the law library. You can do that for free if it has a law library. Because for Philadelphia, it's Jenkins Law Library, but it might be something different where your state is. So you want to prepare yourself legally. Your bank accounts, and give everything to the kids, or whatever way you want to do it. So that way you prepare. That way nobody's fighting over your estate in case something happens to you. Because trust me, if you don't know, they're not going to tell you. They're not in business to tell you.
No. So and let me tell y'all too.
And these accountants and these business lawyers.
After a death, whether y'all were had children together, shacking up common law, because some states honor common law, some states don't. But that's the last time. That's the last place you want to be asking about insurance policies after the fact. Because if y'all weren't married, chances are you don't have access to nothing anyway. You don't. But definitely some places do honor common law.
Gotta lay that foundation. Lay that groundwork.
That's it. And you don't want to. It don't sound sexy, but I promise you, especially because we're in this age of talking about leveling up and being prepared, and we're more mindful of it. You want to definitely make sure that you got those insurance policies going, because as my mom say, the old must die, but the young may die. So it's never too soon to start thinking about it. Does anybody want to jump in and share what your thoughts are on any of these topics that we talked about? We talked about a lot. We know we've been in today. Men, thank y'all so much. Guy, thank you, King of Life Wage. I really appreciate our men for stepping in today.
Thank you.
Remo, thank you for subscribing today. You guys make sure you follow Miss Keisha Green on Facebook until she has her channels up here, and we will be announcing it definitely. She's a part of the Bang Bang Go Up Bang. Amen. Cinnamon C, thank you. Miss Tia X, thank you so much. Miss Elite, I missed you, girl. We got to hop on a call because the lives are never long enough for us. We got to hop on something. Miss Tia X, I think I said it already, but I'm gonna say it again. I thank you. And remember the Life King Ways. You were the first person in today, so you will be getting your account glowed up. Okay. So make sure you send me over that Zelle information. Email it to me. Let me put my email up here in the chat. Okay, and it's just Gmail, y'all. But y'all see, I couldn't even get my moderators in here today because I said I just had to go for it. I said I couldn't even wait to see when they could get in. I just had to do this thing. I had to do this live today because there was so much to address. And of course the priority was the WAP. But really what concerned me and what shocked me was just the support that sisters was talking about with this trash, y'all. I mean, I'm even hurt with the response to WAP, and I'm more hurt than I was
with female role models, because these young ladies don't have no real feminine female role models.
No, we really don't. They really don't. That's why I said, I prayed every day. I thank God that, I had the type of women in my life that I had. My grandmother, Yvonne Scarlett Golden, 2-time commissioner, 2-time mayor, the first female mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida. I put them up. I put my glowers up. I put those glowers up for my ancestors. I had some real ones. You hear me? I had no excuse. I had no excuse for the way I conducted myself. But I had to learn some of my own mistakes as well. But Rosalind Golden Delancey, absolutely. My older sisters, thank you so much, have always, my older sister Wanda, always been a support, always been a queen. Amen. And, I thank God for, the opportunity with my daughter. I said I have a diamond and a son. And I don't know what y'all do for yours, but I die for mine. And when I see what type of energy is being projected and portrayed out here, I'm going to stand up on my square, and you're not knocking me off of it. This trash music, this energy, this has got to stop. We're not empowering nothing or anyone. The only thing we're doing is getting the patriarchal system. We're getting the exploitation system. We're getting the human traffic machine. We're empowering that. Especially for our Black and brown girls that are lacking those role models. Because even as I said this on a live, I did this on the State of the Melanin Address one time. I said, we don't have no Black equivalents of Taylor Swift. Who we got, y'all? Who we got? Okay? Who we have on that you won't never see her in no bad situation. She ain't got to be booped over, leg spread. What they say, laying it low and spreading it wide. Who do we have on that side?
Unfortunately, they're on code. They on code.
Wow. Wow, I think I know about this case too.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I gotta find a broker.
That's another thing too. If anybody wants to get into the insurance broker game or getting an insurance license, let me know. I'm an insurance broker. I was, I had to retest again, and the testing was up July 30th. But they said that if you, because of COVID, they would give us a couple more months. So I'm gonna go up to the next level. But absolutely. California is not one to play with. I tell you another one that's not the state to play with. Florida. Florida does not acknowledge common law marriage.
Nope.
Texas does. Let's put y'all onto a little game. Texas does. And there are other states that will honor it depending on the amount of years. One of them, you could be with them until from womb to tomb. If y'all never walk down no aisle, you entitled to nothing.
You're
entitled to nothing. Oh, Miss Claudine made it. Miss Claudine made it. Absolutely. Thank you so much, y'all. Cocoa Butter Barbie. Also, I always love your name. These call me Cocoa Butter. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I remember Jack Klugman. Yeah, he was the one that was on Quincy.
Oh yeah, I think it was him. Okay.
Yes, Quincy. We had a lot of good history come down today too, you guys. I want to thank y'all for that, for schooling us, for getting the conversation going, being involved. The chat area was so live. I promise y'all, I didn't need to say much between Keisha and the chat. I really didn't. But I thank y'all for just tuning in today. And y'all, this was literally one of the most well-attended lives I've had on a day that wasn't a Wednesday. So we do have another person that we're going to be adding to the chat. We have Guy. I'm going to let him come on in here for a second. We have a few more minutes. Keisha, can you hang with us for a few more? Okay, perfect. All right, we're adding to the stream. Let me just add Guy on in, and I'm going to put us on a different mode so everybody can be. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mr. Guy, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear y'all. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead. Speak your piece, brother.
All right. I just want to say this is a great show. It's good to hear, beautiful sisters speak that real, that realness that we need, because it's hard to find positive sisters that really speak, real truth and knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all sisters. I want to ask y'all a question. I think I asked both of y'all a question, actually. Sometimes in my posts, I get called hateful or hate because of my views, because I'm kind of, I show a lot of tough love among our people, right?
Me too.
because I see a lot of foolishness, just like that video that we seen. And a lot of hoism is becoming popular, and it's always now you got people that's coming into our race, destroying our culture and destroying our way of life. And I just like Cardi B is not my people. Like she's not black, she's not African. And that's just me. You know what I mean? Maybe y'all think differently.
No, I agree with you.
But you got Tekashi 6ix9ine, who used the N-word, who think he's black, and he got a lot of brothers got locked up for snitching. He didn't snitch on his own people. He snitched on our people. So now he's making snitching cool. So it's like all this degeneracy is becoming more popular and profitable. And instead of decency, so I'm for decency. Because that's how I grew up. I grew up knowing that, hey, you don't get, my mother always said, look, she told me back in the day, she said, look, if you get a girl pregnant, I don't care how old you 12 years old, you get a girl pregnant, you out of my house. Because for all concerned, you're grown. She was dead serious. So, and what? And my mother was a strong sister. Like, she's a strong black woman. Like, there's certain things she don't play. And that made me a man. I didn't have a father growing up. You know what I mean? I didn't have a father. But my father didn't help raise me. My mother did. So that made me a good man. So I don't want to hear a black woman can't raise a son. That's bull. Now, don't get me wrong. It does take two. We do need fathers in the home.
We need balance.
We need balance.
We have balance.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need that balance.
So right. So, so what I'm saying is like, so I had to grow up learning how to be a protector, but it was hip hop. Like I remember Tupac said, hip hop was my daddy. I had to learn how to fight. I had to learn how to defend women.
Right.
Because that's what the men do in the 90s. We were men. We had to learn how the hard way.
We knew how to hunt, knew how to fish.
Right, exactly. But it took real brothers to stick together, like what you call puppy love or bonding. And that's real. We don't have that no more.
Nope.
But my question I want to tell y'all sisters, this is my question. Is it wrong for a brother, or do you think a brother should lighten up if it is my, all right, here, I'm going to say this. Why is it when a black man step up and he's like when he talk like another Malcolm or Khalid Muhammad or or Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey, he was very tough love. Why is that brothers like me is considered hateful? We talking hate, and we just talking knowledge and just getting our people right. Why is that? And I usually get that from the sisters.
Again, a lot of us is sick. We got a mental infection. That's all I can say to that. And unfortunately, the system would rather have the effeminate male versus the strong male. What it is, they want to do away with the manly man. Instead of you going out in the woods and hunting, you're going in the supermarket to hunt. So they don't want the manly man. They want the soft, feminine yes man. Don't docile. Meaning your woman is protecting you. And that's not the natural order of things.
It's not even natural.
Yeah, it's very unnatural.
So what is your solution? How can we fix that? How can we fix it? Does it take?
We gotta unlearn a lot of stuff that we were taught. We gotta unlearn a lot of conditioning. It's a lot of layers.
And it was for years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we talked about that, Claudine. We sure did. So to your question too, Guy, I wanted to chime in because, and that's why I said I really appreciate you because, you and I, we've been rocking for more than a decade. Like, that's crazy.
Yep.
I have people, I have literally, people that, I've lived in the city and I've moved and I don't get in touch with them anymore, but you and I have been rocking for more than a decade. And I want to offer myself up for that because I know that over the past 12 years that we've known each other, you've seen my growth.
Right.
You remember how I used to, I'm not saying I would have been defending a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion 12 years ago. But, you know, I was very much in the, you know, I had my nails, I had my weave, I had, you know, my contacts. I was very much looking like, yes, why can't I look like this and still be pro-Black and taken seriously and conscious and woke? And I appreciate that even when we might have had disagreements, there was still you were strong, but there was still a very compassionate tone. And that's what I think sometimes is missing, not from you per se, because I don't know every situation that you have encountered, people have, you know, have come against receiving that message. But I know me, I've been taken, when I was a trainer, I used to be taken off of the floor because, you know, my message would be too hard. I'd be like, you know, so what you saying? You want to choose a burger over your child's birthday party? You know, like, you ain't gonna be alive on the birthday. You know, I was on top of sisters, like, they had to take me off the floor, like, Courtney, you off the client, you know, you have to work on delivering your message with more compassion. So, like I said, I can't say what you are with other people, but I know with me, you've always been compassionate, and you allowed to have that growth, and you never, like, you know, after I started to change my look and take out the weave and do that, you weren't like, oh, now you wanna, and I know some woke people that do that. I know some woke people that do that. They're like, oh, so who you think you are now? Oh, you're supposed to be Betty to the past now. You was over there, you know, twerking. You know? So you have to allow people to grow, and that's a hard one for me too. That's why I said 100%. I understand where you come from, because that was a hard one for me too. You know, I was like, what you mean? She knows what she like. She know what she look like. She knows she need to be doing that. And they'd be like, you know, Courtney, no one's gonna listen to you like that. What my trainer told me is this: people never care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that really, you know, as I've gotten older, and of course my children have gotten older, because even with my children, you know how many times my mom said I'm sorry to me? I can't count them. But I say that to my kids so that they know that, you know, I'm human too. You know, my son just told me today, you know, you're mocking me. You said you weren't mocking me. I said, you're right. I'm sorry. You know, and I had just that fast. I had to switch mode and be like, you know, because before I'd be like, it is service. But now I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. You know, and so I think that we just have to become a little better at delivering the message. But I will say this too: some people, you already know this guy. Some people, they just never gonna get it, and some people, not everybody is gonna go. We know that. We know that. And so, you know, scriptures even tell us that not everybody's gonna go. You know, so you have to choose your battles, and then you choose who's worth the fighting for. Because remember, God left 99 to go after the one. Okay, so, and I ain't God, so I'm gonna leave probably even more than that. Okay, so if God left 99 to go after the one, let God chase after that one. You know, focus on like what we're doing now with building amongst like-minded people, because that's your peace. That's your peace. I had to let go of that a couple of years ago. You know, getting involved in a lot of these natural hair debates and this and that, and I used to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna have the argument. You know, sister's gonna see it when you really making the choice between your light bill and your bundles. She gonna see it. I'm not gonna have the argument with sister. You know, she can say all day. This girl all day will always tell me, oh no, I got hair. I say it with all due respect, sis. That's like somebody in a wheelchair telling me they can walk. If I don't see you in don't, you know, so I just let it go. You know, if you want to fool yourself and you tell yourself about it's about, you know, I'm gonna let you have it. I don't do that for everybody. So, you know, the people that I can vibe with, that we have like-minded energy, I invest more in them than I do in trying to. Years ago, you could, I'd be like, yeah, you want to fight? You know, you want to debate? Let's see me. Now I'm just like, oh, we're glowing up. We're glowing up. We're not going to have that argument. I'm going to tell you, women, we are a hard case. Women do not like to listen. I've seen it. I know it. I've experienced it. You know, I had to really lose a lot to gain what I have now. I really did. You know, I lost a marriage behind not listening. My sisters told me, "Hey, you have to really, you know, you have to conduct yourself differently when you're married. You can't have the male friends and this and that." And they didn't even know to the full extent of what was going on, but I still just didn't want to listen to them. You know, I did things like I went to Mardi Gras with friends, not my ex-husband who was from New Orleans. You know, I did things like that, and I was just like, "Oh, you know, whatever." Honey, now you couldn't pay me to go on a girls' trip. I'd be like, "Go with who? For what?" No, I don't want to be nowhere with no all girls doing what? Doing what? I'm not into that. So, so it's a growing up process too, and everybody grows at their own pace. But I just tell you, the message definitely helps. But sometimes knowing when to let go.
Yeah, we all been there, you know, even including myself. But it took a lot of you know, reading and studying my history and stuff like that to know who I am. I even did the DNA test to know where I'm from in Africa. You know, I'm West African, so you know, my mother's side, she's from Sierra Leone, my father's side from Angola. So I mean, it's all about find out who you are, and I think people need to know that it's okay to say that you're African. You know, a lot of I've have arguments with black people say I'm not African, I'm not African. Well, I said, but you want to call all these names that the European man gave you, but you don't want to call yourself that our ancestors said when they came over. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of therapy. We got to do a lot of therapy, and sometimes we don't need to go to our oppressor to get there. We need each other. And also to address on what you said about these conscious folks. Trust me, come on, Omega. You know I battle these people. I battle these fake. You saw the battle. I don't know if you saw the debate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
These fake conscious dudes use conscious or use so-called fake pseudoscience to sleep with the oppressor. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of few.
That's all they do. That's what they do.
I dispute to sleep with white women. Let's be realistic. And they say
that's what they do.
Yep.
And Guy, would you agree to what I said about Tommy Lauren? Before last week, they was talking about Tommy Lauren was a dime, even with her having anti-black talk, anti-black policy. They would have still loved to see them slopes. Now that she come out calling them out, and she didn't even say black men.
Like that one.
Thank you. Yeah, she didn't even say black men. She didn't even have to. But they said a hit dog will holler. She didn't have to say black men because y'all know Tommy ain't talking to nobody black. Okay,
wow.
Tommy don't date nobody black. But what she said struck the nerve because of the men that do conduct themselves that way, thinking that you want to be a pen pal. No, I don't want to text you and email you. And one dude was telling me he wanted to what? Oh, that was supposed to be different because you wanted to WhatsApp message me.
Wow.
You know, I don't need that because guess what? When it's time for those payments to be made, okay, they ain't worried about how you doing. JP Morgan and Chase ain't worried about how are you doing today. How was your morning? Did you sleep well, princess?
Damn.
They want to know when you gonna pay down this balance, sis. What is that? Okay, but everything she said was right on the money, and especially when she said about don't waste my time if you know you after some Tatianas. Go ahead and play with some Tatianas. Now that's why black men really thought she was talking to them because it was just they had a couple of Tatianas on their Instagram right as she said it, so they thought she was talking to them. So, oh my gosh, Hopi just made it. Hope said, "What's a WAP, girl? You gonna make us start the show all over." Sis. And Hope, you my moderator. Hope, I don't even want to hurt your ears because Hope, you know we're up to date. But I'm telling you, you're going to be very surprised when you start this live over to find out what a WAP is. I've already unfriended a lot of people. So you can definitely check the stream that I've been working on all day. KK said what she said about what I said. I'm keeping my male friends and friends people that can't have separate I'm keeping my male friends and friends people that can't have separate is weird. I'm sorry. We have our own lives regardless that we need our own lives. It was true, but I didn't know how to do that. Let me tell you, up until literally a couple of years ago, this is just 100% honesty. I would say I was not interested in being friends with a male. If a male was interested in pumping me, that's the only type of connection I wanted with them. That was my mentality. And this was literally a couple of years ago where I had to start scrapping that. And I have brothers in faith where we don't do nothing, we never did nothing. But when I tell you, if I need it, if they got it, I get it. And we ain't never did nothing.
Right.
I got a couple of real male friends like that, and that's the reason why I needed that. But I understand some people have already had those boundaries, but me, I didn't have those boundaries. I was like, if you want to be in my face, you want to be in my body. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's do this. Let's do this. Don't let me beat around the bush. You like me. You like me, and I tell you, it's been a very humbling experience to just come from a divorce and realize my ex-husband was the best friend that I ever had. He was my best friend, and here I was, trying to get up other experience from these men that didn't have none of them. I was on the insurance policies with them. But here I was, rappers and ballers, and that's why I said, man, yeah, like Sis Keisha, you said earlier, y'all be thinking this is a life. That's a lifestyle. That ain't a life. That's a lifestyle.
It's a whole lifestyle.
It's not a life.
Yeah.
It's not a life.
It's a lifestyle.
Oh. No. You were right then. You know what it is? You thought you had it wrong, but you did it. Exactly. But I tell you what you did miss.
Unfortunately, that's what it is.
Honey, I read some of those lyrics earlier, and I couldn't get past the first verse because it just got.
I seen it. What is it? A porno? Y'all sure that's a song?
Y'all, when y'all do this playback, this playback gonna be even realer the second time. I promise you. Cinnamon, I can't do nothing else. You understand? I gotta be real. I gotta be open to ground because I gotta heal. And I can't do that with pretending. And people think all the time when I tell them, my ex-husband was a lawyer, this and that, they think, oh, he was cheating with the students. What was he doing? He was doing this. And I was like, nah, it was me, And that's, like I said, it's very humbling. Like my kids even know the truth. My daughter asks me all the time, why would you do that to dad? You know how hard that is to explain to your daughter?
Right. That's hard. That's heavy.
It is. But I tell her all the time, don't make a mistake I did, see, because sometimes daddy can tell her to do stuff, but he's hard on her. And she'd be like, I said, don't make a mistake I did. Listen to daddy. Listen, it makes sense to him. It makes sense. It'll make sense to you later.
Yep, that's right.
It makes sense to me later. It didn't make sense to me at 19, 20, 21. It didn't make sense until 30. But I tell you what, the hardest time I ever had, the hardest I've ever cried, and I've lost my mother and my grandmother, was I got those divorce papers in that shower. The hardest I've ever cried. It's like I heard myself crying and it didn't even sound like me.
It didn't even sound like it, yeah.
It didn't even sound like me. The moans, the hurt sounds so guttural. I was like, a man snuck in here? So who's in here? Oh, that's me. Oh my gosh. It was real. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Hope. No, it's not music. But we need to know. We need to continue to know this. We need to continue to realize this. That's not music. What it is it's propaganda. And it's leading a whole generation. It is not just entertainment. I said if somebody's entertained by that, trust me, we're different. We don't think alike. That's what entertains you. My mom says entertains you becomes you. And I think not. Any last words? I'm gonna let you have it, Guy. Do you want to say anything? Then I'm gonna let Keisha have the final say because Keisha came so high today. Amen. But go ahead, Guy. I'm gonna take myself one out of here. Any last
All right. I want to appreciate for having me on your show. Y'all sisters was on point. Love your show. I want to see more of this. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see more of this. You know, more sisterhood, more system bonding. You know what I mean? And I can have y'all sisters on my show too. You know.
Okay, love to do that.
You let us know, guy, because let me tell you, Keisha has been a wealth of information since I discovered her on Facebook, and I said it was immediate. I said, "Man, she's so real, she's so fly," and then I didn't find out until later that she was from Philly. I said, "I knew that was something."
Right.
Okay, yep. Thank you so much, guys. And so we're gonna link it up. I invited Keisha to that Saturday Zoom call. So let me know if you're gonna be able to get in.
Around what time to be available? I think
it's Saturday. It's Saturday, I think at 2.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, it's Saturday. But I'm gonna thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and let Keisha have her glow us up for the evening. All right, leaving us one to glow on. All right, here we go, Keisha.
All right. So what I want to say, family, this evening, you know, we got to stop letting people get away with disrespect. We got to stop letting people exploit our talents and pimp our culture. We got to stop letting culture vultures in. And we got to stop letting fuck shit slide. We got to start calling people out, even our own. You know, enough is enough. You know, we got to start saying no to people. You know, we're coming up on election time. You know, I don't know how, I know how some of y'all voting. Some of y'all want Trump. Some of y'all want Biden. You know, I don't care for either one, but stop arguing over frivolous stuff. You know, we got way too many enemies to be going against each other. We need to be collabing together against others, not our own, because we need each other. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, men are not your enemy. Women are not your enemy. So we got to bridge the gap, and we got to open up the communication waves against generations, because there's a lot of misunderstandings between the generations. You know, a lot of you millennials will say we lived in slavery. No, that's not true. We were happy at home taking care of our kids while the men went to work, because he was the manly man. He knew how to hunt, he knew how to fish, and he knew how to kill some shit. So we got to bridge the gap between the generations and get a better understanding of each other's generations, so that way we're not bickering and arguing amongst each other. And again, I speak as an elder in the community. I've let you down. I've supported some fuck shit and set you up to fail. And I apologize for that. But we got to protect these babies, and we got to get this generational wealth together. You know, we got to bring back feminine women. We got to bring back masculine men. I'm sorry, the new men is not sexy to me. You know, your hunting ground is the supermarket, so you can't fish, you can't hunt, you can't do nothing. So that means they drop the bomb. We hungry, but you cute though. That don't work for me. So we got to get better. We got to bridge this gap, and we got to stop letting people slide for fuck shit and use our resources and pimp our communities. If they ain't got that bag in hand, we don't do business. I don't want to hear nothing about I give you the bag next week. I give you the bag on my sister, cousin, husband's kid's father's birthday. Nah, I need that bag now. Stop letting people fuck us over. Gotta stop. Even our own is doing harm to us. So we gotta call out our own for fuck shit. Everybody gotta get called out, even grandma. Sorry, grandma. I love you, but you was on some fuck shit too, raising me. But anyway, I love y'all, and we gotta stop letting people put expiration dates on disrespect. No.
Amen to that. Amen. You guys put up your glowers. Make sure you share this link, because I'm telling y'all, I feel it already in my blood, because they took some comments down. This may not survive. So share this link while you can. You know, if y'all felt anything was any realness was dropped, any jewels were shared, share this link. If you are not subbed and subscribed, if you're not subscribed and you don't have the notification bell hit, make sure you hit it. And guys, y'all know I'm literally about doing this collectively. You understand? Because your life ain't about your life on its own. Your life, if I'm doing something, if I'm not doing something to help my next, my sister, my brother, if I'm not doing something to help them, y'all know that. Y'all, how many times you go in and you look at their streams and it's people that they have known for 10, 12, 20 years. You get that from me. You get that from me. These people, they only have online followings. These people don't know these people. Half of them don't show their face, but y'all taking advice. So y'all, please do not. Everyone comes on here. I know. Even people in my stream, I've been vetting. This is real to me because we've got to glow up collectively. We can't do this. Y'all know what time. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what we're here for. Okay, we're here to glow up, and like I said, it starts with accountability. Okay, it starts with accountability, intent, and purpose. That's it. That's it. So when we talking about WAP, we need to be talking about accountability, intent, and purpose. That's the way we live in our life. And don't let nobody make you feel shame for not condoning that. I can't even, because it hurts me to say, but that's fucking behavior. Because that's what it is. That bad, get a bad culture, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Y'all, I love y'all. I do this for real. I do this for real. You know, I just resigned when I was in Miami from being a councilwoman. I rep for community for real. I go to battle on the dais for real. I lead boycotts for real. Okay, I do this for real. I don't just have an online persona. This is my real life. You know, we're advocates. So I want to thank you guys. Remember to find Keisha Green on Facebook. We definitely are she's loved in the bang bang glow up gang. Amen. We're gonna throw those blowers up. You guys make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and share. If you are not subscribed, subscribe, because y'all know, because I went in so hard. Y'all know I already lost some subscribers. I gotta lose some subscribers because somebody loved their Cardi B. And goodbye. Goodbye. I will leave you all to it. But until next time, y'all know what to do. Glow up.
All right.